Welcome to the Fellowship of the Script, the podcast where we dive deep into the craft struggles and stories of filmmaking. I'm your host, Derek J. Bowder.
And I'm your other host, Ben Escobar.
Whether you're just starting out or you've been in the industry for years, this is the place for real talk about the art and business of film.
That's right. So today we're gonna be doing like our first holiday special episode. Um, I think it'd be fun if we give each other's top 5 favorite Christmas movies, and maybe some honorable mentions.
Oh, I've got honorable mentions. There's so many
Good.
good Christmas movies. I mean,
Yeah, same. Um, yeah, a lot to talk about. I think I I haven't watched a Christmas movie, like a new one, in a long time that I remembered, but it feels like it's something that we watch every year anyway.
yeah, it's like a tradition, right? You got to watch some Christmas movies around Christmas.
Yeah.
Or holiday movies, if you whatever you celebrate, there's so many different movies out there, and I think everybody, hopefully most people growing up, they grew up watching some Christmas movies with their family around the holidays.
Huh.
uh, but before we dive in, if you're watching or listening on Spotify, please drop us a follow so you get notified every time we drop a new episode. That also helps our podcast get recommended to new people, so we would greatly appreciate it. All right, Ben, you want to kick us off with your honorable mentions?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say a weird one.
Okay.
Um, and this is not like to be religious affiliated or anything like that, but there was a tradition my mom had upheld for so long that every fucking Christmas Eve or like any like after Thanksgiving, we would watch the Nativity Story. And
Okay.
I think the Nativity Story is, looking back over the years as I got into film and gotten to like understand it a little bit more. Uh, I actually grew a lot of respect for it. Like, religious stuff aside, like the production value is kind of impressive. And yeah, there's some goofy moments and stuff, but it just really makes you like, wonder like, oh wow, this is really what it really paints a picture for your childlike eyes when you're like imagining like, Jesus and the donkey and Mary and Joseph and all that. Um, so I don't know. That one has a soft spot for me, I feel like. Um, in some weird fucking way. I think the Santa Claus, as I know you're going to talk about that one as well. The Santa Claus is classic. The that's like the one with this. They have like two of them, right? There's the fucking one because they would always play on Disney
I think
Channel.
there's three of them, and then there's shows now. There's like a
There's
show.
three. Oh my
Yeah.
god! So I would remember on Disney Channel they would always be playing that. It was like 1 and 2 constantly, but I didn't know the
Yeah.
difference of which I was watching.
The first one is
So
so good. Like
yeah,
even as like I'll go ahead and say it. The Santa Claus is an honorable mention for me.
yeah.
There's just something about it. It feels like they didn't intend for it to be a franchise, and that first one is just so well done. Tim
Mm.
Allen, great casting for this guy who's turning into Santa Claus. Like, it almost sounds like a horror movie, but it's really funny and really heartwarming. So yeah, that's a classic. What else you got?
Um, Red One. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Someone had to say. I was going to say that. Is that my number one, or no? No. I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't mind Krampus. Like, if you want to get like a weird like Christmas horror one, Krampus is cool. Polar Express is probably an honorable mention for me. Um, there's a lot of like love story ones too, where it's like rom coms that just happen around Christmas, like like there's
Yeah.
like Love Actually and all that.
Yeah, my wife and
Um,
I just watched Love Actually. I'd never seen it, so
but yeah,
interesting.
that's it for me on honorable mentions, to be honest, because I'd have to think of some more that because everything else I just want to put on a list. I would just
Yeah, I
rank
mean,
it.
I've got kids, so I definitely feel like every year it's like, "Oh, they're this age now. Is it time to introduce them into another Christmas movie?"
Right.
So Jingle All the Way, I love that one. That's the one where
Fun.
Arnold's running around trying to find the Turbo Man doll, right?
Yeah.
I just want the Turbo Man doll. Just trying to get this toy for his kid for Christmas, and it's just it's kind of like part road trip, part just, classic family comedy absurdity. But Arnold's great in it. That was during like peak Arnold still, so it was like the early '90s, I think.
Hmm.
I think it still holds up, and I don't know, it's kind of like a time capsule in terms of how people literally used to have to go wait in line for stores to open to get the specific hot toy that kids wanted for Christmas, and it's like not a thing anymore because everybody just orders everything on Amazon.
Right.
Next, I got How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I mean, how can we not mention that? It's just
Yeah.
peak casting with Jim Carrey as the Grinch. Ron Howard directed it, so it's got his charm to it. Um, Really
I
great
didn't know he
production
directed that.
design.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. I mean, in terms of like being a narrative story, it's not anything crazy special, but I think the execution really shines. And
Mm.
for a children's book that's maybe 20 pages or something like that to be adapted into a feature, and it works, and it feels very like big blockbustery, it kind of like Red One was trying to be, but it works, and I think this year's the 20th or 25th anniversary. I can't remember. They're re-releasing
Mm.
it though. Like I think you can go see it right now. So if you haven't seen The Grinch Stole Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, you got to see it. It's a classic. Uh,
Yeah.
the Santa Claus, we already talked about that.
Hmm.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I actually watched that for the first time last night, start to finish. I had never seen it all the way through, and I mean, Chevy Chase. I mean, if he wasn't like, kind of a dick in real life, like it's a great, like mature PG-13 raunchy family comedy that I think is like a really good bridge for teens who are maybe not quite ready for like full on rated R. Um, that one's great. Die Hard, which I do think is a Christmas
Classic.
movie. We can argue all day about that, but it is a Christmas movie. I mean, it, he's like killing people, and when the freaking elevator opens, it says "Ho ho ho! Now I have a machine gun." Like it's Christmas, man. It's a Christmas movie. I don't care what you say, and it's just
So
like
funny.
so many like action movies have borrowed and copied that idea, style, and premise, and they still do to this day. So Die Hard's iconic. Almost made my top five, but it's definitely more action movie than Christmas movie. So I didn't feel
Sure.
like I could really justify it being in the top five. Definitely top 10 though. And then one of the more recent ones, Terrifier 3, which takes place on Christmas. I think that is now the definitive like Christmas slasher for me. So
Interesting.
it's great.
I have not seen Terrifier 3, so I actually didn't know that was taking place on Christmas, but that makes
What?
sense.
Yeah. Have you seen 2?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
Okay. So watch like a YouTube video about
Okay.
the first one, because the first one kind of It was more of like a proof of concept. It feels like doesn't really have
Okay.
a story. The second one and the third one managed to be some of the most like over the top gory movies I've ever seen, but they also have really solid characters and kind of like this Stranger Things synthy vibe to them that I haven't seen from another slasher movie, at least not in modern times. So
Okay.
yeah, Terrifier 3 is I think it's going to become a classic, honestly.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And it's very Christmassy. Like it starts out with like Art the Clown dressed up as Santa going to like a house and murdering a family. So there you
Sure.
go. It's into the Christmas spirit, yeah. So yeah, I think I think we covered our honorable mentions pretty well. Do you want to go ahead and we can dive into picks number 5 and 4?
Yeah, I'm gonna get weird with the first one. I hate saying it, but like it's just true. It's in my fucking soul. The weird looking stop motion Christmas movies that you would watch as a kid, like that just
I hate
never.
them.
You hate them? I
Dude,
mean, I do too in
like
some
the
way.
animation is so creepy.
It is, but yeah, I watched those things hundreds and hundreds of times, even when it wasn't Christmas. So I had to put one of those on there.
But
So
Frosty the Snowman, for some reason, I'm thinking of like like it's just straight up animated. It's not like stop motion like the other ones. Am I thinking of the wrong one?
Hmm. No, you might be right. You might be right because the Rudolph one was the weird one for sure. Everyone remembers that one for
Yeah, and like
sure.
the island of misfit toys and stuff. It's like a fever
Yeah,
dream, man.
that shit was weird. Maybe in my head, I imagine Frosty being the same style, but no, you're right. It actually might be straight up animation.
Yeah,
But I
I remember
liked
that one.
Frosty more than Rudolph, simply because Rudolph was so fucking weird looking, and it was like why are these, like you said, the misfit toys and all that, and it's just like that's too much for me to handle right now. But yeah, that's
So
my
Frosty the
number 5.
Snowman. My number 5, Gremlins. Oh
Fun.
man, I fucking love Gremlins. That's my childhood right there. That if I had to choose like one movie that I know I watched every Christmas as a kid, like 5 times before the holidays were over, it was Gremlins. Everything about it. I mean, you got who was it? Is it Christopher Columbus who directed that one?
Believe so.
Yeah, and then you got Steven Spielberg. His hands are all over it too as like an executive producer, and I mean, it's just very unconventional. Very, it takes itself serious, but not too serious. You got plenty of Christmas vibes there. A unique premise. I mean, it starts out with the dad trying to find something unique for his kid to get on Christmas, and instead he ends up getting him essentially a box of horrors. And
Yeah.
yeah, another great PG-13 horror film that I think is great. A great bridge to rated R films. And the second one, which is not a Christmas movie, is also great. And they're supposed to be making a third one. They've been talking about it for forever, but it looks like it's actually moving forward.
Interesting to see what happens.
But yeah, love Gremlins. So many iconic moments in that. Um, Lots of Christmas vibes. I guess I'll go ahead and go into my number 4. I'm going Elf. I don't I don't love
Good
this
pick.
one as much as everybody else. Like I don't like lose my mind every time somebody brings it up. But every time it's on, I'll sit down and watch it with everybody else, and it's got a lot of iconic moments. Will Ferrell again, just peak casting. Really funny, but also a lot of heart. Um, yeah, it's a really fun one, and it's also got like some stuff to do with like having a father who's maybe not there, and you're not really connected to him, and trying to find that connection and stuff. It's definitely got some deeper themes to it that I don't think people really examine it for. They're more focused on the fact that it's a Christmas movie. But
Hmm.
yeah, Elf is my number 4.
That's a good pick. I feel the same way about Elf, if I'm being honest, because it's just kind of like I don't understand like living and breathing Elf and dressing up as Elf every year for Halloween, like some people. But okay, I respect it. It's fine when it's on. It's good in the
Yeah,
scenes. Um, so my number 4 is Polar Express, and I know that's like a basic one. That's like kind of expected. I I think like again, it has that nostalgia to it. All Christmas movies really do, but
yeah.
you saw Polar Express in the theater when it came out, right?
No,
Really?
no. I
I,
think that came out in the time of my life where my family wasn't. We didn't really have the money to go to the movies a lot. But
oh, okay. That was I remember when it first came out. That was like one of the first movies. Not I had seen movies prior to that, but I remember really enjoying it and like eating so much candy and popcorn that I got like sick, and so I associated Polar Express with being sick. Um, but no, that one's just fun. The animation is also pretty uncanny there, ironically, like Rudolph,
I
but just in
love
its
it.
own different way. Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful in a lot of ways.
And Tom Hanks
Rudolph.
plays like 3 or 4 characters, doesn't he?
Oh
Something
yeah,
crazy like that, yeah.
it's one of those like you just watch it again after so long, and you just learn something new every time about it, and it just hits different. And it also just captures the magic of the book. Like, did you ever get like in elementary school? Did you ever like get read that book in
Yeah.
class, like the picture
Yeah, I
book and
think
stuff?
I think the year that it came out, or the year after it came out, we read the book and then we watched the movie, like, before Christmas break. I remember watching
Oh
that in
yeah.
class, and we all had hot chocolate and,
Oh damn. Yeah.
yeah, it
That
was
shit
it was
was.
Pretty fire. Yeah.
What are they showing the kids now? Red One?
Jeez. Oh gosh, I hope not.
Imagine. Let's watch Red One and drink some hot chocolate. Oh God.
Home Alone 5.
Yeah. Oh God. Um.
I'm a loner. I don't know.
So yeah, I
Two
think
home,
that
two
one's
alone.
fun.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. Sorry.
Oh, you're good, dude. Yeah, Polar Express is classic. It's fun. It's beautiful looking. It's very heartwarming, and it's filled with wonder, and like, I don't know, it's just a good classic Christmas movie. Good traditional movie. Like if you're gonna watch a movie with your family every year, like a lot of people watch Elf every year, but I think Polar Express is solid choice, and so can't have a top 5 without it, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. I agree. And I might actually get into it a little bit more later. But before
Yeah.
we get into our top three, little ad break here. Subscribe to the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We would greatly appreciate the support. Spread the word. Follow us on social media if you want behind the scenes updates. I'm about to go ham about this Indiegogo campaign that's starting in 2 weeks, which I'll talk about more later. But you can follow me on social media at Danny Dorito23. Ben goes by.
At Real Ben Escobar or at Genie Boy Games.
We also have a free Discord that you can join. We've been chatting it up in there. We were talking about video games today, and you know, I've been catching up with the community in there since I just got back from my honeymoon. So come join us. There's a bunch of giveaways going on this month for the holidays. I've been giving away something essentially every 5 days.
Cool.
Which we've also got some Patreon exclusive giveaways to announce the winners of here in a second. But yeah, come in there, hang out, have some conversations about movies, filmmaking. Just don't cause drama. As long as you don't do that, we're good, and it'll be a fun time. And I'm always in there watching what people are saying and chiming in, and people also ping me and ask questions every once in a while. So you know, if you're a filmmaker who maybe has some questions, that's another good way to connect with Ben and I. And then yeah, we've got a bunch of giveaways coming up. I think we're approaching 200 subs on YouTube, getting close there, and so I'll probably do something for that. Once we get to 10 Apple reviews, I'll do something. Same with 25 Spotify ratings because we already did a giveaway for 10 on there. And then when we hit 250 Discord members, there'll be a giveaway on there. So basically, giving away a bunch of stuff. Come join us. It's a fun time. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can also support us on Patreon, where we have exclusive Patreon giveaways like 2 G Field tubs every month, one for the US and one for international listeners. And there's also Hangouts, the Film Fellowship, where we talk about filmmaking and the current projects we're working on. And then also producer credits. If you want to get involved as a producer, we have a special producer chat where, you know, we talk about what's going on with the show and future projects and stuff. The Patreon starts at as little as $1 a month, and you can also save 15% by subscribing annually. So appreciate the support. Thank you to our patrons who make this podcast possible. And to end off our little ad break before we get into our Patreon giveaways for December, don't forget to use G Field code Danny D. It is 30% off this month. Ben and I are both drinking the new 2.0 formula.
That's
Oh,
right.
so good.
I've got my own Miami Nights.
I'm drinking
good.
some Murder Corn 2.0, which is sour rainbow belts. Very good.
That's the
But
other
yeah,
one I got. Yeah. Pretty good.
30% off for the rest of December. They have been dropping new flavors. There's a Christmas flavor called Stay Frosty, which I think is like a candied apple. That sounds really
Mm,
good.
very cool.
They just restocked this new Fallout flavor that's like root beer lollipop called Sunset Sarsaparilla. So get into the Fallout spirit with the new season starting. And yeah, I mean, G Fuel has literally allowed me to pursue my filmmaking career, you know, by supporting my content. And yeah, I love working with them. It's a great company, great product. Get you some 2.0 formula. Code Danny D. Now, we got some Patreon giveaways to announce the winners of here. Every month I give away something special. This month it is a Blu-ray box set, the first 4 Indiana Jones movies. 3 really good ones and then Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But anyways, that winner
And man,
You like it? It's like a guilty
I
pleasure?
love
The
Crystal
giant
Skull.
ants?
Yeah, it's the best one.
Whoa,
Um,
whoa, whoa. I'm more of a Dial of Destiny fan myself.
yeah. I was actually saying that was the best one after I saw it, but I think I was drunk. Anyway.
Naive Ben. The winner of that is Adam Sandler 56. So there you go. Great box set here. We'll be reaching out to you when this episode goes live so we can get that sent out to you after the holidays because right now shipping stuff is a nightmare and it'll just get lost. So
Mhm.
um, next, I have 2 tubs here of watermelon mint. It's something minty sounded like a fun one for the holidays. So if you like watermelon, this is a great flavor. The mint is very refreshing, and we have a tub here for the U.S. only giveaway, which is tier 3 and up on Patreon. The winner of that is one of our producers, Tommy Slays. Appreciate you, Tommy. Thanks for supporting the show.
Let's
Got
go.
yourself a tub of watermelon mint coming. And then our other tub, I don't know why I picked up the other tub. They're the same thing. Uh, watermelon mint tub for the international giveaway, which is tiers 4 and up. That is going to Too Quick, aka Andrew Gieberd. Gieberd. I keep trying to say his last name, and I'm terrible at pronouncing them, but he knows who I'm talking to. Andrew, congratulations. He is also one of our associate producers, big supporter of the podcast. Uh, you got yourself a tub of watermelon mint coming. So there you go. We do this every month. So if you want to be a part of the January giveaways, whether it's the tubs or something like, a Blu-ray box set, join our Patreon. Start off the new year with some Patreon goodies. But now we're gonna get into our top 3 Christmas movies. I guess I'll start here. Unless
Sure.
Ben, you want to go first.
Go ahead. You start.
A Christmas Story. Iconic. Such a great Christmas movie, such a great family movie. So many iconic one-liners. I remember growing up, maybe they still do this, but I think it was like TBS or something would literally do on Christmas Eve 24 hours of A Christmas Story. They would literally just play that movie for 24 hours straight. And I
Yeah.
mean, we would just like Christmas morning, I think it would still be playing. We'd just throw it on while we like open presents and stuff. I mean, I don't think I've seen another movie like it where it somehow manages to do the narration thing and I don't know, maybe this there's some slapstick humor mixed in a way that doesn't feel forced or like it ruins the rest of the film's kind of like message and family aspect of it, like every family member is very fleshed out. It's just I mean great, and they made a sequel to it called like A Christmas Story Christmas or something. And
Huh?
the HBO did it like a couple years ago, and it's actually pretty good. I was
Oh,
surprised
interesting.
because
Okay.
they did like a really shitty sequel like 10 years ago or 20 years ago called like A Christmas Story 2 with the guy who plays Marv in Home Alone, and it just was not good. I didn't even like I saw the trailer and I'm like, yeah, no thanks. But they brought back like the kid from the first movie, and he's now an adult, and like I believe his dad passes away or something, and you get another solid Christmas movie in that universe. But A Christmas Story is a 5 out of 5 movie. It's iconic for so many reasons, and yeah, that's my number 3.
Mm, that's a good one. I think that's interesting because that's one of those movies for me that you mentioned the TBS 24-hour thing. Like, there's movies like that, and it's one of the few that just kind of live in my head of this scattered story of scenes that play out rather than like, oh, this is the act 1, act 2, act 3. Like, I know the whole thing with the gun and he shoots himself in the eye and all that, but like I couldn't tell you the order of which that movie goes because it's just one of those like background movies you have. Like you said, you're watching it while you're playing, like, while you're opening presents and stuff. And there's a lot of movies like that. I realized like I couldn't tell you the straight story of a Christmas story, like the beginning, middle, and end in order. I just know that the scenes and it just kind of happens.
I think I
Weird.
convinced my 3rd grade teacher to let us watch it in class. I would, like, bring the
Yeah.
DVD or whatever it was,
Oh,
and,
cool.
she was not happy about the leg thing, the leg lamp. It's like
Oh,
there's like
right.
there's like a little butt cheek at the top, like, it's a little
Yeah.
scandalous, you know? Yeah, she wasn't too happy about that, but,
That's funny
everybody
as
loved it.
fuck.
I was the man that day because I brought the movie, you know?
That's cool as fuck. Um, okay, my number 3 is A Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that one just because it's, kind of a mix of Halloween and a mix of Christmas, of course. I really loved it from Kingdom Hearts because the world in Kingdom Hearts, like the Nightmare Before Christmas world, Halloween Town is what it's called, is so cool. And like you get a new costume, and it's just like the vibes of that world are so awesome. And the movie is obviously it's based on the movie, so the movie like is cool first. But yeah, I it's there's a reason why that has remained iconic for so long, and I like the little message in it, and I love the vibes, and you just kind of like you don't see any other art style like that um
Tim Burton, right?
lately. Yeah, Tim Burton, and just classic. It's just instantly classic, and I love all those environments, and that I guess what makes it so special for Kingdom Hearts is you can like the iconic scene with like the hill that kind of like curls up a little bit. It's like the scene where he's like
Yeah,
standing
I
on
know
the
the hill,
hill,
yeah, yeah.
and then he kind of like opens up. Like that's a thing where you can like go on that hill and it'll uncurl itself. The little clawfoot tub, Oogie
Like a
Boogie and all those people.
Fortnite location or
Yeah,
something.
it was like Fortnite before Fortnite. I guess where you're like, "Oh, that's Spider-Man. That's the guy from Fortnite." Like,
Go jump off the little cliff.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like all that shit was
Oh!
there. That shit was so cool. And so that's always held a special place in my heart to watch like a Christmas movie. Like you get like a
Very
double holiday.
unconventional Christmas movie, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
another iconic one.
yeah.
I never really like got into it. I don't know, maybe I've never been a big fan of Tim Burton's style, there's something creepy about it that is just never I don't know, never appealed to me, but I could definitely appreciate it and how it does something that, we haven't really ever seen done before or done as well as that. So, mixing Halloween and Christmas is such an interesting thing because I feel like everybody's like, "Oh, Halloween's here," which means Christmas is just around the corner, and we kinda just like, "Oh, yeah, and then Thanksgiving's in there in the middle somewhere," you know? And so, Halloween and Christmas together is just genius idea. Is that an original story, I'm guessing? Like,
Um, I believe
it's not
so.
based on anything?
Maybe. Hold on.
If it's not, that's really impressive.
Oh,
Um,
it's based on poems and drawings from Tim Burton in 1982. Oh, well,
but he still came
might
up
as
with
well.
it. Yeah, it sounds pretty original.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm surprised they've never tried to make another one, as you would think, but maybe it's because Tim Burton owns all of it, so they can't. But, um, my number 2, The Polar Express. I love the score, I love the
Shit.
animation style, it's kind of all over the place in terms of tone, but it works. Because if you think about it, if your main location is a train, you've gotta kind of make a whole second act and parts of the first and third act work when you're like
Mhm.
contained to this one location. And so where they decide to take it, where he's like walking on top of the train and there's the homeless dude played by Tom Hanks who's like making sock coffee or whatever. Remember? He's like, "You want a cup of Joe?" And then like
Yeah.
pulls like socks out of it after he takes a drink. It's so good, man. Uh I mean, that was another is there something to do with, like, a golden ticket in that one too? I can't remember.
Yeah, you get like the ticket to the Polar Express or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels, like, epic to me. There's something about the Polar Express that just feels like it has this epic scale to it, but
Yeah.
it never feels like it's trying too hard. The whole thing with, like, the jingle bells was always, like, really pretty to me. Like, I always
Mm.
thought that was, like, such a nice touch. Again, Tom Hanks voices, like, 3 people. He voices the dad, the conductor, the hobo, and I think Santa Claus. Like, that's crazy, man.
Pretty iconic.
Yeah, like his voice like carries that movie. That all aboard, like
Yep.
it's just it's iconic, man. The hot chocolate, like there's also like some musical numbers just like sprinkled in there, but it's
Right.
not to the point where it's an actual musical, which I appreciate because if it was a full on musical, I probably wouldn't like it as much. There's some tense scenes like where don't they like go off the tracks for a little bit, and it's like, oh shit, like
Right.
yeah, dude, that is a great Christmas movie, and I think we're actually gonna be watching it on Christmas Eve as a family. That's kind of
It
like
would
what we
make
do.
a good D-box movie, I feel like. There's a lot of, like,
40x.
action 40X. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the snow and the water and all that shit and the spray of
Really
so
pretty
much.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, it definitely wears its heart on its sleeve, but it's also, like, pretty funny at times, and, there's that kid with the glasses who's so
Yeah.
annoying, and, like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, "He's just like that kid in my class." Like, everybody, like, like oh, man. Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Well, it looks like they actually do play it in 40X
Oh, that's so
in
sick, man.
Regal. That'd be so fun to go see that with
Yeah.
Theo.
Yeah, that would be cool. Um But yeah, no, the Polar Express, another 5 out of 5 movie in my opinion. What
Yeah.
what is your number 2, Ben?
My number 2 is a movie called Unaccompanied Minors. This is like a wild throwback. I don't know if you have seen it, but
Never heard of it.
this was like a brief theatrical run. It like got a wide release, but not many people like loved it. But it was basically about like a bunch of kids in an airport who are unaccompanied minors trying to get home to Christmas, and shit just goes crazy in the airport and they're just running around and being fools and shit. And it's just like kids dicking around. And I watched that at like, I don't know, I was maybe 8 to 10 years old or something like that. And I just liked that. I was like, oh my God, the concept of you can go on an airport by yourself. That looks so fun. I'd love to do that.
I feel like I remember seeing trailers for this as a kid, but I did not see
Yeah.
it. Huh.
I 2006. Yeah, and they're all just like being rebellious and stuff. Um I'm looking at the talent
Is the
here.
curly-haired kid the same kid from Bad Santa? That's
Potentially.
Bad Santa is another honorable mention that I totally forgot about, but I think that's just so over the top raunchy rated R that I didn't even think to include it. Yeah, I think
Mm.
that's the same kid, man.
Yeah, Paul Feig directed it. So
Yeah.
it got some legs, but
I'll have to add that to my list
yeah.
to watch. Sounds
I
fun.
I really loved it though. I always wanted to see it again, and then years and years later it was like in a $5 DVD bin in a fucking Walmart, and I watched it again and I was like, "Oh, this is great. I remember why I love this." And so whenever I get asked what my favorite Christmas movie was, I would always say that until um my number 1, which I won't reveal yet, but yeah.
Yeah, before we get into the number one, I want to ask you: is there, and it doesn't have to be. I guess it doesn't have to be a Christmas movie, but I'm thinking in terms of Christmas movies. Is there any Christmas movies that you watched as a kid that you went back and watched as an adult, and you're like, "Oh, this is not very good. I don't know why I liked it so much."
Hmm.
Because I just rewatched Jack Frost, and I was like, "Oof."
Oh
Like,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
some really good CGI and practical effects, but other than Michael Keaton, that movie is just not, it doesn't really work. But,
Jack Frost is the first one that comes to mind. A little bit of
eh,
Elf, like we were talking about.
oof.
Um, a little bit of like, I don't know. There's some Christmas elements in Harry Potter. Well, there's just like those movies you would get every year. That was like, Harry Potter was like a yearly event thing.
Yeah, I
There's a
think people
Christmas
actually,
section in
like,
those.
yeah, people actually consider those, like, Christmas movies because of the snow and, a lot of the Christmas time stuff in them.
Yeah, and I
I
love
wouldn't
Harry
go that
Potter,
far, but
but yeah, I agree. That's what I was saying. Is like I wouldn't count those as like Christmas movies necessarily. Um, Something that I didn't like is interesting. I mean, Nativity Story kind of is that because I don't like love it. I just kind of look at it differently and respect it.
It's
And
nostalgic. Even Jack Frost was nostalgic, you know? Like,
right,
I watched it and I'm like, "This is not a good family movie. It's so sad." You know? Like, and it's it's a very depressing
yeah.
film. And then, like, I mean, it takes, like, way too long to get going and stuff. I don't know. I could dissect Jack Frost, but I did a review on it. It's on Letterboxd. Which,
Isn't
man, you need to be more active on Letterboxd. I wanna know what
I
you think of
know
movies.
I should be, dude. I hold my tongue
Fun.
half the time, and I just feel like if somebody looks me
You don't
up,
have
like
to go into detail. You can just be like, "Ah, not
yeah,
really my cup of tea, but I liked this," you know? Like,
that's true.
people like the funny one-liners on that app, and I don't really do that
True.
as much unless it's something that I don't take seriously.
I should do that. I
Uh,
will. I want to try to make that a New Year's resolution. I was also gonna say Marley and Me is a weird one
that's
because
so sad.
it's so unbelievably sad, but it's a Christmas movie, and it because there's like you know, I mean, according to Google, it is because it was released on Christmas Day, 2008. Hold on, wait. I don't know why in my head I thought because you said Jack Frost was sad, and I was like, yeah, and Marley and Me is sad, and it was like, wait, huh? Is Marley and
Yeah,
Me a
like,
Christmas movie?
we watched Jack Frost, and by the time it was over, my wife's like, "Maybe we shouldn't have watched this. This is such a downer," you know? And I don't know, there was a lot of stuff that I noticed in that one that, just didn't hold up. The dialogue especially. I think not to, like, call anybody out, but the main kid in that movie, his acting just did not work for me. It felt like he was just saying lines at times. Like, there wasn't enough, space or cadence to, like, the things he was saying. It was just kinda like, "Hi, mom. Yeah, I'm hanging out with my friends. I miss dad," you know? And it's just like, "Fuck, man. Like, come on."
Yeah, yeah.
Who directed this? Give him something to work
Who
with.
did direct that
Yeah, and
actually?
it is an $85 million movie. They, like
What?
they built the house and, like, the town and everything on a set, like, on a stage. It's a bunch of snow, like, it's yeah, I could totally tell. I was like, "Oh, they have a snowball fight over here," and then he's, like, shoveling his driveway over here, and there's, like I'm like, "That is the same set." It's just like, you know, you could tell it's just been redressed. Yeah, really interesting. But, anyways, Jack Frost is not on this list or an honorable mention. But, I guess who wants to go first for our number one?
It's you.
All right, you go for it.
Okay. My number one is The Holdovers from, I believe, 2023. Is
Should have
that
been an
right?
honorable mention for me. Yeah, I think that is 2023.
Um, yeah, I love that movie
I
to death.
I think I'm gonna rewatch it
Yeah, it
'cause it's
was such
Christmas.
a beautiful, like, just enough Christmas, just enough like non-Christmas, like
Coming
I
of age, it's just yeah.
yeah. And first time actor just pulled straight out of a fucking high school theater class.
Now he's in
Just
everything.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's blown the fuck up. I mean, and he's also like, there's another girl, I think her name is like Lee Darby Stack or something like that. Or Darby Lee Stack or something like that. Darby Lee Stack, yeah. She she's a brief role of like the girlfriend or like the crush that he meets in the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought she was such a like she stood out in her role at the time. She's also getting a lot of work, playing a lot of like Sundance Festival movies and stuff like that. You know, good shit. Or not Sundance. Looks like Seattle. That was a different Laurel from afar. Either way, like still like great taste making of talent in that movie. Great wholesome story, and that fucking guy's best role. Did he win the Oscar for that?
Paul Giamatti? I don't know if he
Yeah,
won the Oscar, but I think he got nominated. Yeah, no, it hit him and his lazy eye. It's
yeah,
such a that might be his best performance, honestly.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he's a great actor. I mean, Sideways is great. He's great in that.
yeah.
Yeah, Oscar winner for best. No, that's best
That
actress in
was
a supporting
supporting
role.
actress. Yeah,
Yeah. Nominee best Best Motion Picture of the Year, Best Performance by an Actor Leading Role. Yeah, so he got nominated. Best Original Screenplay, Best Achievement in Film Editing. Yeah, no, The Holdovers, I think because I've only seen it once and it's so recent, it totally like escaped my mind. That should be an honorable mention for me. And it would be like number 6, I think.
Mm.
Like in terms of yeah, it's that is a 5 out of 5 movie. Like came out of nowhere, got the love it deserved. So many great performances. Honestly, it feels like the kind of Christmas movie that Ben and I would try to write together or something. The way that it's done.
Yeah.
Uh,
Very wholesome, and
yeah, but deep.
again, just
You know?
meaty and deep
Yeah.
and meaningful. Less is more, and a really good central performance that that guy just annihilated. But everyone just lifts each other up, like they're just good. And I like that you are getting to know more about him in the same pace of the boy getting to know about him. Like it's just a easy classic like
Yeah, and
hero
like
to get behind.
the setup doesn't feel forced. You know, it's like literally this kid finds out his parents aren't gonna like come get him for the holidays, and he's just like, I mean, I have to stay here. I don't
Mhm,
want to do that, you know. And then
mhm.
Paul Giamatti's like, I don't want to either, but I guess we're hanging out for Christmas, you know. And then they end up bonding, and it's like the ending is, you know, it's just it's got instant classic like written all over it. I mean, that's you know that's kind of what you expect from Alexander Payne, but I think it's from memory, I think it's my favorite of his. Yeah, it's if you have not seen The Holdovers, gotta check that out, and it's the perfect time to do it because it's you know this is coming out right before Christmas. It is rated R though, I think, right? Or is it PG-13?
It's R, yeah.
Yeah, so rated R. So, but not. I think it's rated R mostly for language. Um, yeah, I think there's just too many f bombs in it. Yeah, it's pretty much for that and like the alcohol, drugs, and smoking. But that is a great number one. I gotta say, man, good
Thank
one.
you.
I'm going classic, like typical, probably like a lot of people's answer, Home Alone. I mean, I think when I think
Good
of
shit.
Christmas movies, it's the first one that comes to mind. To mind, it's I mean, everybody knows why it's iconic. The sequel is almost just as good, where he's lost in New York, but that first one I think really set like the standard for Christmas movies in the '90s and right '90s, '80s. Fucking a man, I don't remember. I think it might be
Mm.
like '88 or something. Or like, hang on. We're gonna find out here. 1990. I was close. 1990. So, I think this was a lot of people's, a lot of like myself included, a lot of people's childhood, like you know, Christmas movie. That if you're not watching A Christmas Story, you're probably watching a Home Alone. Um, yeah, I mean, I think every kid watched that movie and was like, "Yeah, I want people to break into my house so I can hit him in the head with a paint can, you know, shoot him with a
Mhm.
BB gun." It was like, it's I mean, it's great premise, great setup. It takes it's slapstick, but manages to also root itself in a grounded way where it's like, oh yeah, that could happen. Or like, you know, the kid goes on the he literally just like in the chaos of the whole family being in town, he gets forgotten, you know, and then the mom is trying to get home to him the whole time. And like John Candy has like a cameo in it and like totally steals his scenes. It's just again another 5 out of 5 Christmas movie. I don't think anything like it will ever come close. I'm sure at some point they'll try to like do like an official reboot or something, and it's just everybody's gonna shit on it because it's just you can't touch it, man. I mean, they wouldn't have done like 4 sequels or whatever they're at now, 4 or 5. Um, you know, if it wasn't something they could just like touch and do whatever with. I think it's so good though that even though there are these like shittier sequels, you know, people see the first 2 as like that is their Home Alone. You know, after that it's like, ah, whatever, same kind of premise and fun and stuff like that. But those first 2, I mean, just going to like the DMV, it's like playing on the freaking screen there because it's the holidays, you know. It's just
Mhm.
people watch it from like Thanksgiving until New Year's, it feels like. Yeah, Home Alone's my number 1.
Pick. Good pick. Um, I really hope they make the third one and somehow. bring
Oh,
back Macaulay
like a
Culkin.
legacy sequel?
Yeah. Like I would those they've been doing those really well lately. Like there's been some solid reboots, remakes that like don't suck, or they're not disasters, and it's like fun, welcome. I didn't mind Dial of Destiny. I liked that the ending was what it
I
was. I
like it
thought it
more
was
than
sweet.
Crystal Skull, I think.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Um, huh. Yeah, I can't really decide if I like that one or Crystal Skull more. But one of the two is the best one. I'm just
All I
kidding.
know is that I think it's time for them to retire Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Like,
I
if
mean,
you know, I
retire
think
him
that
from Hollywood generally, man. He's exhausted.
I mean, he's still really good. I thought he carried the last Captain America, honestly. But
Yeah. I mean, it's everything he's doing. He's always making a joke about it, saying he's doing it for the money or just
oh,
some
dude, yeah, that was
offhand
so
talent.
funny when they're like, "So, like, was this something on your bucket list? Like, you wanted to be in a Marvel movie? Like, why did you decide to do this project?" And he just like stares into the camera and he's because the money was good.
Yeah,
And
he's so funny.
but it's like a joke, like, but it's also true.
His whole
It's like,
vibe is get out of my face lately. I mean, I don't know if you saw the trades article today. He is getting the lifetime achievement award at like the SAG from SAG or something like that. And
nice.
his like the photo they used was like from some photo shoot, and it's someone holding a camera like trying to film him, and he's like hand to the camera, but then it's like he just like was posing for that for another camera, so it's like he's acknowledging he's in his like get out of my face era. But it's I don't know, he's funny and obviously a really genuine guy. I've heard people that have like met him. They always
I
say like,
almost met him. I almost met
really?
him. Yeah, I was I came back. So when I was in the Coast Guard at the air station, we would have like overnight duty. And I came in the afternoon and they were like, dude, too bad you weren't here earlier. Harrison Ford came through. And I'm like, what? You're fucking with me. Harrison Ford was here. And they're like, yeah, he like we had like people who were not in aviation who stood security and stuff in like the OPSEC center. They were the ones who like sounded the alarm whenever we had a case and stuff. And I guess Harrison Ford comes up to the gate because he had flown. He flies planes. He likes to fly his little Cessna around and almost crash into people. But he I guess he landed at like the little airport, like right down the street. It was like a little private airport at SFO, like the San Francisco International Airport, because that's where our air station was. And I guess he came up and was like, "Yeah, I was just wondering if I could get a tour." And this lady who has no idea who Harrison Ford is goes, we don't give tours." And so he's like, okay, and just turns around and starts walking because it's like literally down the street, the private airport. So he starts walking back, and one of the pilots, I guess, was like in the room next to them where like the briefing room was, where they have like,
Yeah.
like our sector map and all that shit. Cause he got there early to like I guess he had like a training flight to prep for or something. And he goes, "Was that Harrison Ford?" And she goes, I guess, yeah. It's like I like, is that somebody like important? And he's like, "Are you
God.
fucking kidding me?" And so he runs down and chases after him, and then gives him a tour. And so
Oh,
yeah, and
very
I'm like,
sweet.
man, I showed up like 2 hours later, for duty, so I missed him. But I asked the pilot, I was like, "Was he cool?" And he's like, "Yeah, super cool guy. Reeked of weed though." And I'm like, "That's
Oh,
so funny, dude.
he's flying high,
He's flying
like he's
high, dude."
smoking. Oh my!
Either that or he just blazed up as soon as he landed.
They don't give tours.
Yeah.
I just wanted a tour.
So funny though. Like just shows up and is like, "Yeah, give me a private tour of the air station." And this bitch doesn't know who he is. I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
That's so funny. The power to walk in anywhere and just ask for a tour of whatever the hell it is. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that's crazy. Um anyways, there's a fun little story for you.
Yeah.
Um but there's our top 5 Christmas movies. This was really fun. I would like to do this again with like other genres or like other times of the year and stuff. But I mean, Christmas movies are like literally a genre of their own. So, um, Yeah, some really cool ones here. I think out of like the five that Ben and I both said, you can check out any of those and you won't be disappointed. So check out those movies. I'm gonna check out Unaccompanied Minors, just because I you like tapped into like a core memory. Like I wanted to watch that movie and for some reason never did. Um,
Yeah, let me know what you think.
yeah. I forgot to mention Snow Day. You remember Snow Day?
That is familiar too.
I think that one probably holds up better than Jack Frost, but that's another Christmas movie where like they
Oh,
get snowed
yes.
in. Yeah. Anyways, to kind of like, say what's new with us, Ben, what's an interesting thing that's happened since the last episode?
Um, I've had a
Was
pretty
the
shit.
That
What's
was
up?
the Game Awards.
Oh, Game Awards was fun. Fine. Fine. It was fine. Jeff Keighley put out a fucking. He does this every year, and some years is kinder than others. But he does a little poll on his Twitter that says like, how would you rate? What grade would you give the Game Awards? And he just lets his audience run wild
Yeah.
and pick. And typically he ends up like a B or a C. But this year was an overwhelming D plus,
Oof.
or like D, or it was like D or less. He didn't even give an F option.
Oof.
So I don't know. I thought there was some stuff that were pretty obviously bad choices that you should have learned by now. That said, the production and the realness of the show and the awards was the best it's ever been. I thought that you should absolutely not ever end with your final reveal for a free to play um, hero shooter that's just going to get shadow. It's just asking for it. And so and it's also really unfortunate for the devs because I think they would also know better than that. Like someone should have stopped that. You're going up against like rabid dogs, and you're going up against the chat. They're looking for something to hate and make fun of. Like
Hmm.
you got to pick your battles. Like play the Game Awards, yes, but like stick it in the middle or somewhere that's not going to do
Yeah,
that.
I get what you're
Uh,
saying.
anyway, there was that. Went to some of the events. That was okay. Otherwise, I've had a pretty shit week. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of shit I won't say, but just some shakeups on some projects I've been doing.
Everybody comment, hang in there, Ben.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and got some shit news today from some friends from high school about some people that we knew, and it's just every day it's something new, and good stuff though. It's interesting is my game development's going great, and I'm just feeling more proud of that shit every day that goes by, and playing it more and more, and
Exciting.
keeping me going, man. Yeah.
I went on my honeymoon. That was pretty dope. It
Yeah, I want
was
to
it
hear all
was
about
like
it.
yeah, it was like my first time taking like 2 full days off without doing any work. So that was it was good. I definitely came back and felt recharged, which I'm like, man, maybe I need to do something like that like once a month or maybe every other month where I just take like a day or two to just depressurize, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Obviously I can't do that anytime soon again because we got the Indiegogo next month and all of that. But yeah, no, it was great. We went to Santa Fe, had some really good Italian, Mexican food, some really good sushi. Um, checked out the downtown plaza, got some Christmas ornaments for the family. Mine's like a movie like popcorn soda and like a film reel. It's like, oh cool, I got my own ornament. And then Theo's is like a cheeseburger, fries, and a soda. Casey's is like a little cupcake, and then uh what was my wife's? Oh, she got a like a New Mexico hot air balloon. So that's
Cool.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a really good time. We mainly relaxed, which was good, you know. Tried to stay off screens as much as I could. We walked everywhere, which was refreshing. It was cold, but it's nice to just walk everywhere. Everywhere was walking distance from the hotel. And we went to Meow Wolf.
Yeah. How
Oh
was that?
man, that was like one of the coolest things I've ever seen, like hands down. It's like an adult playground, but yeah, very cool.
That's
Makes me want to
cool,
go check
man.
out all the other ones. I think they're building one in LA right now. That's
Oh, good. That'll
what I
be a
heard.
hit.
I heard Denver's is like 4 stories. I want to go check out that one. That's crazy. And then Vegas, I guess, has a really good one too. They're expanding and If you live near a Meow Wolf or have the opportunity to go to one, it's a pretty unforgettable experience. They also let you take adult beverages in there, which is pretty sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, so Bobby and I got like a hard cider. We're just like walking around like, oh, so cool,
very
you know?
fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That's very fun. I'm glad they're pretty relaxed.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was great and reasonably priced for what it is too. I think it was like $25 a person, and we spent like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours there.
Mhm.
So yeah, and I mean, you can see how like it makes me wonder like how did they come up with this stuff? Uh, how long did it take to build it? How much did it cost? It's very unique, one of a kind of like art exhibit, but also like a fun maze that you like go around. You're like, oh, we haven't seen this room yet. You like open it, dude. There's like so many things. Like you're like in a kitchen, right? You go into like a house. They've literally got like a house built. You go in. It's like you're on a film set, and like there's all these things that you can like mess with. And like
Wow.
I like opened the fridge, and it's like a doorway into like another space. It's so cool, man.
Dude, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I really wanna take a look at that. I imagine were a lot of people on drugs? People just, like,
I
looking.
mean, we went on like a Monday afternoon, so there wasn't a lot of people there. But it seems like the type of place where you would probably take some psychedelics or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it was great. Definitely recommend it. What's one thing you're looking forward to in the next week?
Huh,
You going anywhere for Christmas?
potentially, yeah, I'll be visiting parents for a couple days. Um, I don't know, I'm looking forward to closing out my script for my game. I wrote all the way up to the final scene, and I didn't know how to orchestrate the final scene. I've put a few weeks into thinking about it now, and, I think I'm ready to tackle it. I usually write the best when I'm on planes because it's just like full on isolation and like no excuse. And I have been saving probably tackling that final scene for the plane, and that'll be a really satisfying way to end the year if I finish that screenplay finally. It's probably going to come out to be about 75 pages. I'm at 70 right now. I think like it's not too much, just an extra 6 pages got to do, but looking forward to that.
Nice. I am not going anywhere for the holidays, but we'll have to coordinate when we film our last episode of the year. Before you go. So we got one more episode, and then it's gonna be 2026, man. That's crazy. Um, so lots of cool stuff to look forward to. Our last episode is actually our December Q&A. So if you're one of our listeners and you're subscribed to the Patreon, I think it's tier 2 and up, gets access to our Q&A episode. So if you got a question you want to ask, um, join and get your questions ready.
Hell yeah.
One thing I'm looking forward to, well, there's a couple things. I mean, besides Christmas, my last little break before the Indiegogo campaign. Um, Tonight we're going to see Avatar 3. So that's something. I'm looking forward to seeing the Doomsday trailer, I guess, because that's
Oh,
attached to
true,
it.
true.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Anaconda next week, man. And Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
got some good ones coming to end the year off. But I'm also we'll see what happens. I think I'm gonna I tried to see about getting some articles for like the production company and around midnight going. But with the holidays and stuff, it's not looking like it's gonna be likely with any of the big major outlets, but I'm actually going to see if like some smaller film websites, like Screen Rant and Collider and things like that. Maybe getting some articles up about around midnight and like launching the production company, Good Cookie Productions, which if you didn't realize totally comes from like the that's a good cookie, and like the crumble cookie reviews that kind of
Yeah.
like, made us go viral back in like 2022. So, calling back to the roots there. But yeah, no, it's only like 15 days from the time we're recording this, 14 from the day it comes out that we're going to be launching the Indiegogo campaign and trying to raise $50,000 so that we can go make
Exciting.
this debut feature around midnight, which I'm very excited about. It's every day I wake up and I'm like, am I really about to go make a movie? This is like a childhood dream come true. you know? So
So sick.
very exciting. But yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it for this one. We hope you have a great Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. Uh, you know, I think around the holidays I'm always thinking about how I'm thankful that, you know, we get to do what we do for a living and that we have an audience who listens to us talk about something we love and you know, that we're really passionate about. So, thank you guys for listening. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. And as always, I'm Derek J. Bowder.
I'm Ben Escobar.
And this is the Fellowship of the Script. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again soon for the next episode. Until then, keep creating, keep pushing, and keep telling stories that matter. And watch some Christmas movies.
That's right.